Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Yeah, I know it's been a while since we enjoy a good tournament highlight like icons. But don't worry, start from August we have two big upcoming tournaments. First is the ASL Snapdragon Pro Series 2020 MSP Open Finals. Second, the Hoya the Wild Circuit Cup. For those who are asking for the highlights of WRL Challenger 2022 Season 1, forgive me, I was not able to find the live stream video source. Anyways, as of now, while we are waiting, let's enjoy this NAUTILUS build guide. I will let Malcolm, our EI, to give you the analysis since he is more fluent in pronunciation. Thank you for supporting the Wildrift community. And please, if you enjoy this guide, kindly give it a like. Thank you very much. Malcolm, take it away.
Alright, hello everyone, welcome to the best guide made just for you. Build Nautilus with confidence with the help of Wildrift Pro Highlights build guides. Whether you are completely new to Nautilus or looking to refine your playstyle, we will help you take your Wildrift game to the next level. Learn Nautilus's abilities in detail, the best items to build, which skills to level first, and many more. Nautilus is one of the best engaged supports in the game. He has 4 different forms of crowd control in his kit, and he is also a great frontline tank for his team. Nautilus is an easy champion to play and master since his kit is not that complicated and he is a strong champion at all stages of the game. Pros and cons. Nautilus advantages. Good fight initiator. A large number of control skills, which are especially effective if your team is retreating. He can stand in different positions, although he is mainly taken as a support. High damage in the mid-game. An excellent shield that, if used correctly, will save your life more than once. Nautilus disadvantages. It is very difficult to lane in the early stages of the game. Low movement speed. The first skill must be used very accurately. Otherwise, you will quickly waste mana and become useless for the team. Difficult to use abilities. Requires some experience and skills from the player. Nautilus's abilities. Staggering Blow. Every first auto attack deals additional physical damage and roots the target for just under a second. This passive does have quite a long cooldown on the same target, so auto attacks after the first one will just be normal. It's very important to use Staggering Blow on top of all your other crowd control effects. Try to proc it on every enemy champion in range every time it is off cooldown. Dredge Line. Nautilus throws his anchor forward, dealing magic damage to the first target hit and pulling them and Nautilus together. This is your main form of engage. Be careful when aiming near minions as the hook can easily be blocked by them. If the anchor hits the terrain, Nautilus pulls himself to the terrain and half of the cooldown and mana cost is refunded. This is a great way of escaping. Titan's Wrath. Nautilus gains a shield that absorbs damage for a few seconds. While the shield is active, Nautilus attacks are empowered and deal additional magic damage around the target. This ability is an auto attack reset, which means you can reduce the time between auto attacks when you use it. Riptide. Nautilus sends waves emanating outward 3 times that deal magic damage and slow each time. This ability can be used quite effectively to clear minion waves and help zone enemies during big team fights. Enemies hit by subsequent waves take less damage. Depth Charge. Nautilus fires a depth charge towards an enemy champion, dealing magic damage, knocking them up and stunning them for a second. Other enemies can be hit whilst the depth charge is traveling to the target. They will also be knocked up and stunned and take magic damage. This is a point and tap ability that enemies cannot dodge unless you have staties or a spell shield of some kind. This is what makes Nautilus lockdown so strong and annoying. Nautilus Build Breakdown. Nautilus does amazing with tank items that can help him survive longer when going onto the enemies with his heavy crowd control. Dead Man's Plate is a great item for Nautilus, as it grants a lot of health and armor to become a frontline tank, and movement speed that helps him get closer to enemies so you can use his combo. Another great item for Nautilus is Warmog's Armor. It's a huge tank item that gives Nautilus a lot of health and health regeneration, so if you get low on health, you can go out of combat and heal back up before looking to go in for another fight. Dead Man's Plate. This item is the best item for Nautilus in almost every game, as he benefits a ton from the movement speed. The relentless and momentum effects of Dead Man's Plate increase his movement speed by a lot. Combining this with Pathfinder leads to a very fast, hulking Titan running at enemies with Mach 5 speed. Along with this, it provides him with 225 health and 50 armor, increasing his defenses. Zeke's Convergence. This grants Nautilus 40 armor and magic resist, 150 mana, and 10 ability haste. As players can see, it is a very beneficial item for Naut, as it gives him a whole host of stats. Besides those, its unique effect, Harbinger, causes a storm to form around Nautilus when he uses his ultimate. This storm causes enemies caught within it to be slowed, further enabling Naut and his team to get rid of them. Plated Steel Caps. The Gargoyle enchant is best suited to Nautilus because in a team fight when he is being targeted, the Gargoyle enchant can increase his maximum health by 65% and save him from death. The Steel Caps can be changed for Mercury's Treads if the enemy also has a lot of hard crowd control. Force of Nature, the single best magic resist item for tanks. It provides Naut with 350 health and 50 magic resist. The unique effect Absorb grants Naut 6 bonus movement speed and 6 bonus magic resist, stacking up to 5 times per every unique enemy ability that is hostile towards him. This means he gains 30 bonus movement speed and 30 bonus magic resist when he takes damage from 5 unique enemy abilities. Warmog's Armor. This item is here to simply give Naut more health. It gives him 700 health, 200 health regeneration, and 10 ability haste. This item's unique effect, Warmog's Heart, states that if Naut has at least 950 bonus health, he can regenerate 5% of his max health per second if he hasn't taken any damage in the last 6 seconds. This means you can use this item to heal up when you get to low health in a fight, and then jump back into the fight with almost full health. Thornmail, a grievous wounds item that is best for use against heavy attack damage champions. It grants Nautilus 200 health and 75 armor. The unique effect of Thornmail is called Thorns, and it reflects on hit damage dealt to the Thornmail holder, making it a great choice against champions like Draven, Master Yi, Jax, etc. This item spells out the doom for basic attack-focused champions and is also very effective against attack damage in general. Rune Setup. The following runes work best for Nautilus in the support role. Aftershock. Nautilus Staggering Blow, Dredge Line, and Depth Charge have the potential to immobilize enemies, which means it's really easy to get the extra resistances from Aftershock to stay alive for longer. Weakness. Same as Aftershock. It's really easy to immobilize the enemies. With weakness, this will make the enemy champion you immobilize take more damage. Hunter. Titan. Since Nautilus loves to engage and get involved in team fights, he will get a lot of takedowns. After every unique takedown, Nautilus gets maximum health and tenacity. Hunter. Genius. Same as Hunter. Titan. Nautilus loves to engage and get involved in team fights, as he will get a lot of takedowns. After every unique takedown, Nautilus gets ability haste so he can use his combo more often. For summoner spells, Flash is a must on Nautilus as it works well with his abilities. You can flash onto the enemies and use his passive auto-attack Staggering Blow to stun a target in place, which means you can follow up with his other abilities to lock an enemy in place. Ignite is a nice way to get a little bit of damage with Nautilus when he is jumping in onto the enemies to try and secure the kill. Wildrift. Nautilus's combo depends on his hooks, and if you want to do his combo, firstly, you have to land his hooks. First, make sure you hook the enemy carry. After your hook connects, you use your passive to auto them and root them in place, followed by your second ability. You can get shield, tank, and damage by your third ability, which slows enemies around you, and then followed by your ultimate for maximum stun. However, you can also start the Nautilus combo with your ultimate and then hook the enemy when the enemy gets stunned from your ultimate for the guaranteed hook. Early game. Nautilus has one of the best laning phases in the game. He has a lot of lane presence because of his pick potential, so make sure you are always threatening to engage in the lane. His level 2 power spike combo with Dredge Line and Titan's Wrath is one of the strongest in the game. You get insane crowd control and you get a really strong early shield. Nautilus is also really good at roaming around the map and getting picks on enemy champions. You have options to help teammates get kills, help them away from danger, whilst also helping the jungler secure objectives. Mid-game. This is where the roaming begins. Players must start roaming to mid, to Baron lane, and wherever they think the play will be useful. It is important to establish a vision in the enemy jungle and gain control of the map. Get into fights around objectives, and try to zone away the enemy team, so that they can't get into the objective pits. Players will start to influence team fights at this stage. Late game. During the late game, it is best to stay with the team. Team fights are a lot more frequent at this stage, and as Nautilus, this is the most important front line for the team. Always roam with the team, and don't try to fight enemies 1v1. If one is not sure that Nautilus can kill them, players must group up and wipe the enemy. Using Riptide at crucial moments, along with the second ability's shield, is very important. The ultimate is also at a shorter cooldown during the late game. Therefore, it is essential to use it on the fed members of the enemy team, in order to get rid of them before an important objective spawns. Final thoughts. Nautilus is the best hook support in the game. His ability to pull himself towards terrain is what puts him above picks like Thresh and Blitzcrank. As a tank, he is amazing, soaking up large amounts of damage while putting out decent damage himself. The fact that his ultimate follows its target wherever they go is insane. Along with that, he is a good choice for beginners as well, because even if he misses the hook, he can just walk up and still output a lot of crowd control. Overall, he is great support at all ranks in the game and is a decent support option to climb the ranked ladder. Remember, if you enjoy our guides, please don't forget to give it a like. Thank you very much. Till next time, goodbye.